Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco, and this is Business Builder Friday for LifeWave. Welcome, everyone that's here. Now, I see Dr. Annabelle's here. Dr. Annabelle, you here in Maine yet?
Yes, should we have the dinner? Yes. Should we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, you and Chris all good. We'll see you at dinner in a little bit. So,
Totally.
LifeWave community. So this is how we roll, guys. We basically, work together. We do events together. We meet up. We have a great time. It's beautiful. Love to have more of you guys get involved. Hey, Chris, you guys are looking good. So be seeing you soon. So I'm looking forward to it. So Jennifer, I don't know if Jennifer's here yet, but when Jennifer comes in, uh, we'll have her talk a little bit as well. She's here. She's probably just getting in. I don't know if she's going to make it for the show. But she told me about a place that she lived when she was here. Portsmouth, Portsmouth area. So she gave me her home address that she used to have, and that's where she had. The reason why I bring this up because she had 10 stores that sold books and records and stuff like that. So she's an entrepreneur, from long. She's been doing it for a while. I think she was born that way. Yeah, Tracy in the back room saying she was born that way. I agree. So it is something that some of us come in with. When I was a little boy, I had um, my family, my grandparents. They ran a little general store and they had a gas pump and they had like a little farm and it was chickens and everything. So I loved to go over their place uh, and then my stepdad was really into doing entrepreneur stuff. So I learned a lot from him. I started out very early, like I've talked about working. I was always a hard worker, and every opportunity that I got, I tried to build something or earn a little extra money or earn a lot of extra money. So that's just the way I've been, my whole life. And so we've talked about that for quite some time. And I know some people get a little discouraged because they don't make the money that they would like to make right away. But you're learning. You're learning a business. You're learning a business that's one of the best businesses in the world. And you keep hearing that, but it's like it's not working for me. So now, why is it not? And so it's a focus thing. So if you build something in one area of life, whatever it took in your mind to do that, you can apply it to this. Whatever you've been successful with anywhere in life, like Dr. Annabelle, doctor, right? Successful. And now she's got a nice LifeWave business, right? I see Sally Dutton all the way down in New Zealand. She's always here. She's working to build a nice LifeWave business. So all of you here, in your own way, are working to build a LifeWave business. It is, I think, the best opportunity, like I keep saying. Now, another thing that we'll see going forward is this new compensation plan. We've talked about that. It will help people become successful almost right away. They'll start to see money almost right away. 50, 100, whatever, every week. That's huge for a lot of people. Man, I remember I was eating, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and tuna sandwiches and stuff like that, so I could drink with my buddies when I was a young Navy SEAL. So I would turn all the lights out in my condo or house or whatever I was living in, and condo was later, all right. But in the early days, I turned it all the AC and the heat. Never had it on because it took money, took drinking money. So I had to go out and party with the guys. So uh, and then eventually I became a bouncer and a bartender and oh, no, crazy stuff, right? So always working to build income. I helped my dad at the state fairgrounds every year. He made a ton of money. He made so much money in the 10 days that he had the fairgrounds open because we sold beer and all that kind of stuff. He basically didn't do anything else for the rest of the year, right? It was that successful. So I started helping him with that. I got a little piece of that, I got 10% of that, and that was great. So I took time off. I took my leave time to go work with him every year. And so I always have been learning, what it takes to do the entrepreneur. It takes a lot of hard work, working with other people, uh, employees, and all that kind of stuff. So you have a lot of different things that go into a business. With LifeWave, you don't need any of that. You don't have to have inventory that you keep on hand. You don't have to have employees. You don't have to have office space. You can do it right out of your home. It's crazy how easy it is with LifeWave, right? All you got to do is share it. Now, I know that sounds very simple. It's like, Mike, you have millions of people to share with, and but wherever you're at, as far as like, sharing this information, you just build on that. You keep building on that, whatever it is. I mean, you would think that at this point, I've shared it with everybody, and if they're going to be in LifeWave or not, they've already done it. But yet every month, there's like more and more people keep signing up. So why is that? It's because I keep sharing it. I don't stop. I don't stop sharing. That's the foundation of this business, and it works very well. And as you share, some of those people, like Dr. Kathy Wong there, will see you sharing, and they're like, I want to get involved with that. And she's built a very, very nice business herself. So there's many, and her potential of building an even bigger business is there as well. So I think that, like I said, once this water machine comes out, I tell you guys, I have had unbelievable results from the water machine, just incredible. And as time goes on, I'm starting to share those. But there's many things that have transpired with using that water machine after just a couple of weeks. So as time goes on, it'll be more and more. Everybody's going to be using the water machine, the whole world at some point. Uh, but I would say the whole world would be using LifeWay by now, but they're not, right? Does that like, okay, well, we have like maybe 1% or less of the world that's using LifeWave. That's to me, that's like an opportunity. Like, if I could just have the other 1% of the world just for my business and growing my business, that I would be like super wealthy, right? And each one of you could be wealthy. Now, maybe the wealth part of it is not even part of your what you're thinking about. It's like helping as many people as possible. And that really should be the foundation of why you're doing it. All right. So J. Paul Getty said, your wealth is in direct proportion of how many people you help. Right. So he built gas stations. Right. He went to Saudi Arabia and all those places and got them to like ship oil to America. And he used that oil to build a huge, uh, wealthy empire. And he was a billionaire before billionaires were even popular. Right. So he was one of the first. And so he helped a lot of people. How many people would go to his gas stations and pump gas and use that? So it's the same thing. And farm equipment that used his gas, all these different things. That's the way you should be thinking. How many people can I help? And God will, if you take that mentality, it's an attractor. It's an attractor effect. So this is really what I want to get to. So to help you guys, if you're having trouble building your business, you need to attract people, right? So you have to begin with yourself. You have to build the mentality of attracting to you what it is that you're trying to create, right? If you have this ideal of a monetary figure, that's not going to be realized until you become an attractor of that. All right. If something is going to help you move in that direction. So if you're building a LifeWay business, then you want to become an attractor of people that are interested in, I don't know, what do you specialize in? The doctors here, they all specialize in something. I specialize in, motivating people, right? So, attracting people to the products and services that I have because I have super high integrity and people know that I'm, stepping out and doing things that most people don't. And so they're interested in that information, and then they're interested in the other things that, I promote because they know they have I'm not going to promote it unless it's like fantastic. So that's the way I built the LifeWave business. So what is it that you specialize in? There's got to be something. I mean, if you're, I don't know, an engineer for aircraft or something like that, you're going to be talking to a lot of people. You're going to be involved with a lot of things, and maybe that engineering aspect, you look at the LifeWave patch, and you're like, this has been engineered like this and like this, and he put this in there, obviously, and so you just start to break that down, and then you're like, the doctors will probably tell you that yes, we put the patches on and it's the infrared light goes in and it reflects back and it's like starts to activate your cells, and so they know that on a deep aspect. So they can talk all that. So you have to find what it is within you that you're excellent at, that you're comfortable speaking about, and then build on that. That's the way it was for me when I really got into social media. First, it was teaching people about, how to be a remote viewer, remote influencer, or, tapping into your intuition. And then I used that to start looking at all the things that are going on in the world. And it was like, oh, they're going to do like this crazy thing with this virus, and people need to know about this. So I was seeing that coming. So I started talking about that, and it was like, and I would use that skill to inform people. And it's the same thing with LifeWave. I have had great results. I've seen other people. We've had, God, thousands of people at this point that have been on Miracle Monday that have talked about their experiences. Right now, that experience for you might be you get better sleep, and that's what you get. It's not like you had a disease that kills like 90% of people that have it, and you put LifeWave on and then you get cured. That's a miracle, yeah. But some of you, a miracle is, you know, having better skin, having better, wound healing, because you had wounds that were basically getting worse and worse and worse, and were going to probably be the end of you, and you put patches on, and it turned it around. Uh, Everything have all these different things, so it could be whatever it is for you. You talk about. It doesn't have to be, well, Mike Jacobs, Navy SEAL, and he had all these experiences. What about you? What did you have? And then you're kind of stuck because you don't know how to talk about it. uh, so, first of all, most importantly, you talk about your experiences. So, imagine somebody coming in that had never even worn the patches. And I know there's probably people out there like this, and they just start talking about it. It's like you wear these patches, and well, which ones do you wear? Oh, I don't wear any of them yet, but I know they're really good. What you'd be like, okay, well, when you start wearing them, let me know. All right. So, so you have to have your own individual experience, and you need to be able to talk about it. Now, some people, like Frederick there, has had amazing experiences. Now, he started out, he's like, this doesn't do anything for me. I'm gonna quit. And his wife, kept using them. She had great experiences. I'll keep trying it. And then he has amazing experiences. So once you, and that's a great thing too, because a lot of people are like, oh, I only want to hear about the one patch wonder. One day they put the patch on, and it's like everything changes. Like it doesn't happen that way for everybody. Now, when I put the patch on, yes, that day it changed. I had pain in the knee, instant. So I'm that one patch wonder guy, and I'm a long-term patch guy. So I got a lot of stuff I can talk about, and I know the information about the patch. And I've had David Schmidt on my show, and I've talked to him. I've been to his laboratory, all these crazy things. I talk about all that stuff, and people are interested. Oh, you've got all this information. It's like, well, I don't have all that information. I didn't have all that information beginning with either. All right. I just have my little experiences. So that this is my point. Your little experiences at some point will build, and you'll build a group of people that are helped by this. And that's going to inspire you even more. So look for that. Look for, helping people and being inspired by those people. Don't look for that monetary thing alone, guys. If you're just out for the money, how many people have we had that come at us? They're like, all they're in it for is the money, right? That's a turnoff too, right? So you have to come from the heart. You have to come from the heart. You have to be sincere. You have to have your own experiences, whether it's just you get better sleep or whether you had a little owie that got fixed very quickly. Whatever it is what it is, and then you build on that, right? And it could be the only thing that you have, and then you're like, well, I this is what I had, and I gave it to this one person, and they were going to die the next day, and they put the patch on, and they lived, and they're still alive. It's like, we've got we got stories like that. It's crazy. And then those people are like, I'm good. I don't need to wear a patch anymore, and then they die within a year. It's like, what? Come on, stop. Don't stop. Keep using it. So those are some of the experiences that a lot of us have. Jen. So, Jen, I was talking about your experiences, how you built your businesses. You had 10 bookshops and so forth. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm almost at the hotel.
All
So
right. Well,
I was talking I was talking to somebody all the way here about the patches. So
oh, good, good, good.
you know,
Well, I was just talking about that. I thought you were at the hotel, so I'm gonna
no,
let you.
I wish, but I will say to everybody, because I'm sitting at a red light, the biggest thing was when I went with Michael out on the a boat ride with because Harris wanted Michael and his top managers and directors to go out on the bay off of Bradenton around Anna Marie Island. And I've always, always, always from childhood thrown up, gotten sick, any bumpy road, any airplane, everything. I would travel with the wristbands. And for the last year before, I noticed I wasn't getting sick and I stopped bringing the bands with me. And so when Harris called, I go, this will be a good experiment. Didn't tell anybody. And I took a large bottle of sparkling water with me, but that was it. I did not take any medication. I have scopamine patches that are probably 10 years old in my, closet there, but medicine cabinet. So I want you to know that I went out on 5 hours and the waves were high, bumping us all over anyway. And Harris said it was one of the most rough days he'd taken people out on. Is it a pontoon, Michael? The big flat thing. Anyway,
Right.
um, I never
No,
got
it wasn't
sick.
a pontoon. It was a regular boat.
Yeah, but it was flat. It was flat, lots of room for lots of people. So anyway, I looked at Michael at the end of the ride and I said, I didn't want to tell you this before, but I usually get sick and I feel great. I felt fantastic. And it's because the inner ear, the stem cells have changed. And
Mm.
it took me a couple years, I think probably 2 years at that point, but that's huge. That's a big miracle, I think. I never even expected that one. So there's my big story. I'll let somebody else talk.
Nice.
Okay.
So I was going to, well, I'll
Yeah,
talk to
keep
you.
talking.
I'm going to talk
I'm
about your entrepreneur spirit. That's kind of what we're focusing on.
oh
So,
gosh, I'm sorry.
no, that's good. That's good because basically what
Yeah.
that ties into is how you're a good observer of things that have potential. Because you had this like extremely. So I went by Jen's house, the one she lived in, and she raised her children in for a little period of time. I wish I had a picture. I was going to like put it on here. I got
14 years. 14
yeah,
years we lived there.
14. Wow.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's the name of that little town?
It's Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
No, no.
Portsmouth.
What is it?
Portsmouth. Portsmouth. Portsmouth.
So that
Portsmouth.
little town where you're at is Portsmouth.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought it
the
was
where you were today
Kitty
for
Bunker or
lunch.
something like that. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. No, no, that's where the bushes lived up above it.
Yeah,
No, 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 that's
Bunkmore. Yeah, a
Maine.
little bit
Yeah, that
north there. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So
Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
so it was Portsmouth, and so the
Yep.
Navy Yard that's right there. We saw that when we went over the bridge and have the
Yay.
basically raised. I was like, yeah, they have that bridge there because they build ships here, I bet. And
Yes, they
sure,
did. They did. Yeah.
sure enough,
Kittery.
yeah. And so you had like 10 bookshops.
Yep.
Unbelievable. And
Well, I
that's how
was in.
you're able to basically afford living in that. That's
Yeah.
a I'll tell everybody. I mean, we have a private chat, but when I went to, I've been all over the world, and almost every state but Maine and New Hampshire. And so when I came here, I was like, this is so beautiful. It's like these
It
brick
is.
buildings and cobblestone streets and brick sidewalks, and wow, it's unbelievable, and flowers everywhere. It's like just amazing. And then we went to Portsmouth today. I was like, I gotta travel and see everything. So Jen told me about her house, and I was like, wow, this sounds amazing. So we went there. Now, Jen, you bought it for like around 100,000 or something like that.
Right.
You
98. It
sold
was
it
going
for
for 130, but I talked him down. Nobody would buy it because it was too big. And
it
I
was
wasn't afraid of big. I've
back
never been
then.
afraid of
So
big.
it's kind of
Yeah.
like it was a time frame because we're looking at I remember during that time frame where a lot of the economy was not doing well. And so,
Yeah.
the military, a lot of people, knock the military, but a lot of times the military will come in because of sailors and because you know about how my story is. I'm just eating peanut butter generally sandwiches so I can go out and drink and spend my money in town. So and eat the good food. Uh,
Yeah.
that's what the sailors and their families do. They keep some of these
Hmm.
towns alive that
Yes.
normally would crash and go away.
Yes.
Right. So that's a beautiful
Hmm.
thing about the military. And then eventually people come back like you did, rebuild, and then you left and you made a nice profit on your house when you
Yeah.
did, like three times what you paid for it, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a great profit. And you live in a magnificent place. Uh, it's like Seattle and Charleston, South Carolina rolled into one, guys. And then with other charms with it. It's unbelievable, right? If you ever
Yeah.
come to Charleston, South Carolina, which Sally, I'm sure you probably haven't been, but if you ever come to the States, we'll show you around a little bit. And then Seattle, which is basically another, uh, you know, Navy and seafaring town. So
Yes.
absolutely incredible. And it looks like it probably went through another period where it kind of the people got older and left. And now there's a new group of people coming in and buying
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
And now we're looking at multi-million dollar homes. Your home now is like almost was on the
It's
block, was being
it's
sold for,
50,000 under 2 million.
yeah.
It's
So right at 2 million. So
it's
you're
yeah.
like, Jen, you should never have sold that. But when Jen sold it, it was probably in today's dollars about the same. So
Oh, I don't know about that, but I
well,
wish.
yeah. Well, if we looked at
But
it, if we looked at it, it probably would be actually. So it's
wow.
it's amazing, something like that. Imagine that was built by some seafaring,
It was. The guy was a
group.
sea builder. Yes, a boat
Yeah,
builder.
boat builder. They built amazing homes.
Yeah.
That whole area is
Yes.
amazing homes,
Yes.
and people are coming in, and we're talking like 17, 1,800 homes a year,
Yeah.
1800s and 1800s.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
very, very old homes, but still fantastic because the people
They are
kept going.
beautiful.
And of course, they were well built and so forth.
Yeah.
So the same thing with your business now. You're building a
Built.
business which is going to last for potentially a long time. So that's
Yeah.
one of the things that LifeWave is talking about now, how you could possibly be building a generational building or not building, but building a business that is
Yes.
generational, that will go to your children's children and keep going, right? As
Yes.
long as
Yeah.
somebody's involved in it, all right? So I don't
Hmm.
know, maybe you put a lot of energy into it, and they just come and maintain it, and it keeps going. That's a beauty of these businesses. They basically, keep growing because there's people that you sponsor that get excited and build huge businesses, and it reflects back onto you because you took the time and trained them and helped them and got them going, hopefully.
Yes.
So, so some people just come in and just blow up, right? Now, Jen definitely was, and as you guys can see, has been involved in my business all the way from the beginning, and
Awesome.
very, very dedicated level. So it's been great. Now, at some point, she's going to have somebody else that's going to build, and
Yeah.
that's what we all look for. We
We
look for,
all hope.
someone that's going to come along. And how does that someone come along? Because you keep sharing.
Hmm.
At some point, some crazy person is going to come in like you're crazy and go, "Oh my God, this does this. I'm going to share it with everybody," and then and then they blow up. It's great. So
Yeah.
we've had a lot of you guys have done that. A lot of you guys have come in and got very active and built very nice businesses. You've been able to take a little break here and there. Uh, we have Lynn Scott Hagerman, who's still building, and she's very consistent, building, 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 and it's she's as far as like Brad was like one of my top people, and we've also got Roxanne right up there. And Brad was like, but Brad had to take a break. But Brad's business is still building. People are still signing up under Brad, but he's not doing anything. Lynn is doing a lot, and Lynn is rising, all right, to like, top getter. So Roxanne is always consistently getting, building. Dr. Kathy Wong, consistently building, getting more people, presenting to more people, getting. So you just keep presenting it, guys. And I don't know, maybe presenting it is like one a week for you, but whatever it is, you got to get out there and get it in front of people. That one a week, that's going to take you a while to probably build a business, but it is what it is, and you get better. And then you're like, this is really easy now. I'm gonna do 2 a week, and then a 3 a week, and then everybody's like, coming to you now for I heard you got this business, and I can you help me, and that's what we have now. We have all these people that are coming in. It's like they're wanting to get involved with the patching. It's great. Lynn, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm having the time of my life.
Hmm.
I think that people are just missing out if they're not doing this. And I found the keys are everything. It's exactly how you have taught, how Jen has taught, how Connie has taught, and Roxanne. The consistency, the daily activities, the now the bulk of my sales are through the podcasts, but
Mhm.
I'm getting better and better and better at following your lead, your training, how you're sharing with every show, you're bringing it up with every show. And now that I'm on Patriots Prayer Network, I'm playing a commercial every show, no matter what. And I've got, and on the commercial, I put my name and the websites and brand IDs on it, and the customer service is important. So I reach out to people and I follow up and I do retention and make sure all is well. And that's why I was late tonight. I was on a phone call
Oh,
because whenever a customer needs me, that's my priority. I mean, I have a huge to-do list, but number one is to take care of the people who buy from us so that that way they, achieve their desired results from buying the patches.
yeah,
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
And that kind of dedication is what you see everyone that's successful that's here. That's what they're doing constantly, getting in front of people and then staying with those people. One of the best people that I've seen in the business is Dr. Kathy Wong, and she is very dedicated to the people that come into her business, and she is just there. She always talks well about them. She always helps them. And Patty Nuzzo, same thing. They work really well as a team. I love to see them at events. When I've had events, I'm like, we're going to crush this event because these guys are the best. So now since then, we've had Roxanne has done a lot of events, and she's like, very, very good with helping people. Roxanne, tell us a little bit about, how you got started. Now, I know, Lynn, you watched me for a year before you got started, and it's kind of like God is like, okay, it's time. So,
Yeah, so I honestly hadn't heard about you at all. And first God said, I want you to listen to Michael Jaco. I didn't know who you were. And so I watched for a year. And then one day he said, drop those weights and listen to what he's talking about. And I did. And you had David Schmidt on, and the rest is history.
yeah, good. So, I teach intuition courses, but everyone here has intuition. You're all natural with it. You don't need me to teach you how, but I do have courses if you need to tap into that. But if you're watching these shows at this point, you should be tapping into just naturally, because everyone in this group is intuitive, right? We tap into that. And just by being in proximity to people that are intuitive, and I know a lot of you guys, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. It's going to rub off on you, right? You are what you have in your life is directly proportional to 5 or 10 people that's closest to you. So you're very close with this group. I know a lot of you guys are, and so at some point, regardless of where you're at in your businesses, you will start to excel and you will start to really, really take off. Roxanne, how about tell us a little bit about how you started and uh, kind of like started to really crank with it, and now you're doing quite exceptional. I
Oh
see.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
sure. So happy to talk.
Thanks.
So for me, I mean, I got started because I wanted to try the products, and I, I know people on here know my relationship with you, and so I would see you from periodically wearing the patches, and I was like, oh, I know those things, because somebody had introduced me to X39 in 2019 when it first came out. But here's the thing, I didn't like that person's energy, so I didn't stick with it. And getting to know you and Tracy Joe over time, and I was like, okay, I can do this, I can help and whatever. So, and I've had my own experiences, my own healing experiences. And I won't get into that now, but I'm here because I believe in the product and I believe in this team because it is an amazing team, everyone here. And I talk to people about it who they don't know me other than maybe I'm their nurse. And I had a patient last night and she saw the patch on the back of my neck. What's that? I'm like, well, I'll explain this to you when you're more coherent, and so I spoke with her more this morning and she's like, I want to get it. Sign me up. And so I signed her up. She's like, I trust you because you're telling me things that somebody else might not tell her. And I'm showing her proof according to the website, the replicated website and everything, the videos, the doctors talking about the patches. And there's so much out there on this technology. And I get really excited when I talk to people about it. So, and I'm like, if I stick my foot in the mouth, before I do that, here, just watch this video. It's 2 minutes long, so from the app. And they do.
Yeah.
And they hold my phone, they watch the video, and they might be like that. And I'm like, look at that, So, but and I always say to somebody, whoever it is, I'm not selling you a patch. I'm just sharing the information, and I'm sharing my story and a few other people's stories, how this technology is really helping people heal. And the woman I was with last evening, she's a retired nurse practitioner. And then earlier this afternoon, I have a brand partner in California, and she introduced the patch to somebody that she knows. And the lady called me, and I signed her up under my brand partner out in California. And she's also a nurse practitioner. So, and I tell people, we have a panel of physicians within our team who talk about how these patches are benefiting all of us. And, I mentioned the doc talk on Sunday night, and of course I mentioned Miracle Monday, and then I invite people to these meetings.
Yeah.
And when they're ready to get more involved on the business side of it, because there's a total difference using the patches and helping to heal yourself versus jumping into the business, So you have to, I think, not everyone segues into the business.
Yeah.
But when I'm signing somebody up, I always say you do not have to do the business by becoming a brand partner. You get better deals as a brand partner, but you don't have to do the business. And if you ever are interested in the business, then you're already here. so we don't have to like recreate a whole new account for you or whatever it is. So, and they understand it, they get it, and they appreciate it. So, sorry for all the blabbering, but
No,
that's
that's good. I mean, that's brilliant because people see the process that you went through, and that's what I want. That's I was hoping you
yeah.
would share, and you did. So the process is important, and it's going to be different for each individual. Each individual has their own backgrounds, like I was talking about. I don't have the background to speak from like Roxanne or Trish or all the different RNs or medical people that we have in the group, Reiki masters. I don't have that kind of background. I have the background I have, which is good, but and it's something I can speak from. So I have a background. Everyone has a background. Everyone has information. Like I was talking about Jen. She's business builder, from many, many years.
Mm.
And she's done exceptionally well. So she's applying that to the LifeWave business. And
Can I say one thing, Michael? Just because you mentioned me, I'm going into the Francis Hotel and they gave me a cup of blueberry wine, folks. I'm in Maine. Sparkling blueberry wine. I said, okay, so I'm going to go get my room and then I'll be back on in a few minutes.
all
I'm
right,
in Maine.
blueberry sparkling wine. That sounds yummy. All right, so they do have some amazing foods here, and they're unique to this area. So it's fun to, explore and eat different things. It's like being in a different country almost. It's like I'm in the United States, but it seems like it's completely different here. They've done a really good job of, keeping this area of the country, clean and so forth. There's still homeless here, but that's the only thing I can knock. There's not a lot of homeless. I was working at the gym for a few minutes, and I saw like one person with they push uh, those store carts. They load them up with stuff. So, saw this one. It was pushing up the hill, and I was like, wow, where's he going? And then I saw one minutes later come from another angle, go down the same street. I mean, it must be a food place down there somewhere. And another person pushed their cart up the hill, and then they're interacting with other people on the streets. So it's a whole community on the streets. And imagine those people at some point, being involved with LifeWave. Imagine someone that takes those people and helps them out. Kind of like Corey Newsom. I see Corey Newsom there. Corey's involved in that. He's been doing that for a period of time. I've talked with him. I had him on the shows and so forth. So and he lived on the streets for a while, period of time. So he came off the streets, and LifeWave was one of the motivating factors for that. So what is it that you're have a background in? So he's got a background in that, and he's helping a lot of people in that area. And then there's a lot of people within LifeWave that want to help him help people. So there's a lot of that goes on. So more and more people are going to be attracted to LifeWave over time. You just build your business, you build, it to the level that you understand or get ready to launch or whatever, wherever you're at. Some people like or just watch for a little period of time and then they launch and then they go to the moon. For me, I'm like a early, I'm in, I'm gone. So not everybody's like that. Some people are like to, you know, build a good foundation, get good with the stuff, uh, and it's for everybody. Or they have a setback in life, and then so they come back, and so it's this business is for everybody. It's for those go-getters like me. It's for people that are like slow rollers, just methodically keep grinding it, keep persistently building, and then boom, and then boom, and then boom, and then boom, and they're gone. And it doesn't phase some of those people. I was like, you went from like zero to like there in like 5 years, but when you did go, it was like wham. Like so, you never know. People have watched me, like Len was talking about, for years, And then they start the LifeWave business and it, just starts going because they've been watching me for a long time and they've been watching the shows and then they get the patches and the patches do amazing things for them. And then they just like, I got to share this and then boom. So wherever you're at with this, keep focused, keep positive. If you want to build a business, it's there for you. Or like Roxanne was talking about, maybe you're just a brand partner and you're just watching. I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going to get involved. And you're having your experiences, and then eventually it's there for you. And then you're like, well, I've been watching this for a while. Everything's right for me. Everything else is falling apart in my life. I'm gonna try this. Or everything works great, and because everything works great for me, I'm gonna make this work great for me. That's kind of my focus. If I'm going to focus on something, I'm going to take, well, everything else has worked great for me. This is going to work great for me. And it works and it works and it works and works. So that's the way I've been with LifeWave. Anybody else want to add anything? Any throw a hand up? Kathy, Dr. Kathy?
Yeah, you talk about consistency, Michael, and that really is it. I remember someone said you can be inconsistently consistent, but
Right.
it's just being consistent. And something someone said to me a long time ago makes it a lot easier in the process, that it's never an event, it's a process. So
Mhm.
when you share it with someone, they don't get on board right away, thinking, oh my God, how long is it going to take for you to say yes? But, it's a process.
Mhm.
And sometimes people need more information than others. But again, as long as you can be consistent and follow up and you're patient with the process, you'll get there. And it's hard sometimes because, you want it yesterday or you want it to
Right.
happen right now. But if you just remember that it's not an event, it's a process. And those words ring through my head every time someone doesn't say yes right away.
That's beautiful. And you have really impacted me. You've taught me that quite well. And that helps me be consistent because I know the consistency, whether you're learning how to shoot, whether you're learning how to dive, whether you're learning how to jump out of a plane, I've done all those things, or whether you're building a business. It's a consistency. There are times where like, why isn't why aren't things moving more rapidly? And then I've like, well, it's because it's after Christmas and people have already spent a lot of money and they're not going to spend as much. And they bought that during the Christmas sale, they bought a bunch of patches. So
Mhm.
there's ups and downs and everything, but you stay consistent. I don't waver for my consistency, and that's one of the strong points that I've always had with everything I've ever done. And I have that focus. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do, So it's I have that incredible focus. It didn't it didn't just happen.
Mhm.
I built it over time, and like you're talking about, Dr.
And
Kathy.
have a good reason too, because the reason will take you through the times that, are maybe not so great. It's
Mm,
always they talk about the dream or the why. You got to have a really big why because sometimes when people are trying to drag you down, it's that why that keeps you going forward.
very, very good. Yeah. you know, voice of incredible intelligence. I love it. And you built a very successful dentistry business, and now you're focusing on LifeWave, and I know you're going to do unbelievably going forward because you're my consistent person. So you're like just always there, consistently there. So
Well,
uh,
thank you. I appreciate your confidence in me. I really do. It means a
yeah.
lot.
hmm
Hi, guys. Slow and steady wins the race. Consistency. Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Lynn.
Amen.
Hey, Tracy Joe. So one thing I've had my human resource consulting business for many, many years. And the way I grew that, one of the ways was every problem is an opportunity to do something better. And I've discovered that's true in my LifeWave business too. So I encourage people not to get stuck in ruts, that if something isn't working, find a different path. Go, in, under, over, around, through it, but find a way out because it's just an opportunity to do something better and grow and grow. So for example, I've been signing up so many people and so many questions, and a lot of questions are consistent with people who are new. And so I thought, and I was running out of time. I'm trying to maximize the use of my time. And so I decided to start a weekly training. And I send out a newsletter on Tuesday mornings, and I invite my folks to the training. And it's teaching on the basics about the patches and answering their questions and how to start your business. And I'm finding people love it because it's building community, and then it's also solving a problem, so I can continue reaching more and more and more people who are signed up under me and help them. And it feels one-on-one on these Zooms, and it's been a win-win all around. But that came from a problem of trying to figure out how to maximize my time. And so I want to encourage people to consider problems as just an opportunity to do something better.
Hmm. That's beautiful. And so that four-leaf clover right there. I remember Tracy, my son was like looking, or like, how many people get four-leaf clovers? And she basically told my son how to like look for them. Is that right?
Just there, he just wanted it.
He just really he wanted a four-leaf clover, and so she basically told him how to like focus. Uh, I was like, I've never gotten a four-leaf clover, so if you can find one, good for you. So he found like three of them. But it's that eye, you can have that eye for something that other people don't have. So just learn how to find what it is that you're good at. And maybe you have someone like Dr. Kathy Wong, which will give you a little insight here and there if you hang out long enough, and it'll just like click. Ah, that's it. Like she's done for me. So stay consistent, stay among people that are doing what you want to do, build a business, or be involved enough that you can share it. Maybe you don't really care about building a business. You want to like just share this patch, and you're like Roxanne talked about. You became a brand partner because it's better. It's better if you're a brand partner because you can share easier. So that's another reason to be a brand partner. Yeah, you don't want to build a business, but it's a lot easier to share this if you're a brand partner because you don't have to like contact somebody to help you like get in. If you're a brand partner with our team, we're going to help you, and then you're going to get it down, and then you're like doing it yourself, like Land's talking about. You're going to doing it yourself, helping people. Roxanne talking to somebody in California or somewhere in the world that needs help signing other people up. So that's that's what you'll look forward to in the future. That's what all of us have done. Sign people up. All over the country, all over the world. It's a lot of fun because you see those people get excited. That excitement, seeps into your life, and it keeps you going, and it makes life worth living a little bit more. So don't we all need that this time? All right, Kathy.
Yeah, consistency and planting the seed, right?
Mhm.
So I've been talking to this lady for over a year. She's been around a lot of people that I talk to, and she just wasn't ready yet, right? And so she um called me last Thursday, and she said, I woke up and my sciatica was hurting, my legs hurting, and she said, and I thought, what am I gonna do? I'm not having surgery. And she said, oh, that patch that everybody's talking about. And so she called me and she said, okay, I'm going to get the patches, Kathy. I'm going to trust what you say. And she said, I've talked to a couple other people and they're really happy with them. And she got them on
Oh,
Wednesday, and she put them on. And she's within an hour, I'm getting all these texts from her. What is this thing? Are you kidding me? My pain is all gone. I've been laying around in pain for almost 8 years. And she said, it's gone. And so then she texted me later and she said, hey, now my knee hurts. Is it okay if I take it off my hip? Because it doesn't hurt anymore. I'm sticking on my knee. I said, sure, do whatever you want with it. And she said, okay. And so she texted me first thing this morning, 7 a.m. Man, I had a good sleep last night. She said, I got to go talk to these people today. I'm going to patch them. So she gave 2 patches. She patched this other lady. She told her son about it. She's like, okay, now what about this? So I was on the computer with her all day, just sending her little things that she could show on her phone because she was just out and about. And she said, I don't know what to do. My best friend, she said, she wants me to send her all these patches. And so we kind of went over what Connie said about, you don't have to give them your whole sleeve of patches, and it's up to you. You know the person, and she said, well, she's at the doctor right now, and I said, oh, is she? And she said, yeah, and she's probably gonna get a prescription, but she just told me I need some patches first before I can even spend money on these things. And I said, well, remind her about the 30-day guarantee and blah, blah, blah. And she said, I know, but she's got to try them. And I said, so let me ask you a question. Did the doctor write a prescription? And she said, yes. And I said, okay, so ask her when you call her if she's going to try that prescription before she uses it and pays for it. Is she going to ask the pharmacy for a sample? She said, oh my God, I never thought about that.
Brilliant. Good
She
job.
asked her. And she said, okay, I'll call you tomorrow.
Nice.
So,
nice.
she's out there all excited about it now because she did jump into it. It's working. And like you said, she's all excited now. So she may be my first manager. Who knows,
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be
That's
awesome.
how it happens.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I remember we were at an event in Florida, and there was this one guy who's been following me for years. If he hears I'm at an event, he travels to the event, and he's always been there. Really, really nice guy. And he was in a bad way at the last event we were at, and so I was gonna hook him up. I was gonna give him lots of patches, right? Sleeves and sleeves of patches. Because he's such a good guy
Yeah.
and a big heart. He didn't want to use them.
No way.
Didn't want to use them.
Wow.
I was just going to give them to him, and I was like, so he's at this event, and we're like, presenting the patches at the event. Roxanne and uh, you know, Art and Frederick, they do a great job. They've been doing a great job at these events. I was like, yeah, just use the patch. I'll give you some. And he's like, no, he's in a wheelchair. And he's been like one of the most active guys and super healthy, wealthy guy and so forth, but he didn't want to do it. He had another plan. So he was going to go off. So again, maybe, if he survives, so he'll come back and ask for the patches or get the patches. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're not going to. Some people aren't going to take them, guys. And I thought this guy's absolute because he's like everything that I recommended. He always did it, and so I was like, yeah. What do you think about these patches? And so I think Roxanne had been talking to him already, and I met him at breakfast. And I was ready to give him like all these sleeves of patches, and I thought he's gonna get hooked up. He's gonna be out of the wheelchair no time. He's like, no, I'm gonna go, do and this, and I'm like, oh, and so I was getting ready. Tracy had them in her purse. I was like, no, don't take this out. And so some people aren't gonna want to do it.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. And I think your approach is the right one. I'll offer it to people, but they have to want them.
Yeah.
If I'm not just going to give it, I'm just not going to
Yeah.
give it to people.
Yeah.
I used to do that. Jen and I was like, we're going to give you like 10. You just raise your hand, and we're going to give you 10 patches. And we mailed them off, and none of those people
Yeah.
bought patches. None of them, not one of them. And we gave away, I think, thousands of dollars worth of patches.
Wow.
Not one of those people, not
Yeah.
one came in and bought patches. So I don't recommend it. I think you're right not to just give them away and let people know that's not really a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Unless people already in their mind have been convinced to try them, kind of like Roxanne was talking about. She's like, this woman just saw the patch on the back of her neck. Is like, what is that? And it's like, I gotta have that. So it's like some people are going to be like that, and some people are like, no, I'd rather die than use the patches. I mean, literally. So okay. Well, I mean, that's free. It's always free choice.
Yeah.
We know that patches, I know the patches, personally work absolute miracles instantly for me.
Yes.
Other people, like Frederick would tell you, you use it over time, it's going to start to, provide miracles for you. But all those people that we line up, like we line up every Monday or on Sunday in the Doc Talk, people have been listening to that for like year plus, and they got all these problems, and then they try it, and then they get results right away.
Yes.
It's like, why didn't you do that from the beginning? It's like that's just the way some people are. It is what it is. Jen.
Okay, hi. Just a quick one. I see Denise's hand still up too. So what I wanted to say, two things, and it's my therapeutic side, I guess. But I have a daughter with MS, and Michael and everybody's met her, including David Schmidt, but she refuses to wear the patches. And I tease and I say, look, I ran Al-Anon retreats for 25 years so I could learn to say, let go, let God, when my own daughter won't use a miracle for her MS. And I even have Dr. Tom saying I'll help her. But so I've let go, let God on that. And when I met Michael and Tracy Joe, when I knew in my mind I wanted to give them patches, I didn't give them sleeves. I did what Robin always says, give them one. So I gave Tracy Joe one each, two, X39s and some energy patches. I said, just try them and see. And I had no idea then that I do think people need maybe a week's supply to see something. But anyway, that's all I gave them. And within 2 days, they called. Michael, you called and said I did twice the workout. So it's that game between. And the people I met on the airplane, I had two people, and I did all, I bought all those cards, so I always travel with them. And so they were talking about why, I was talking about my knee, and they go, how'd you fix it? Well, LifeWave patches. And we were standing in line, waiting a while to get on the plane. So the two people, one ended up sitting in front of me, I'm not kidding, and the other woman was right next to me. That was a God thing, because we were just in line ready to go sit down. But the woman that was sitting next to me is from Sarasota, and Roxanne, you're going to meet her because her husband is a healer, and they just moved there a year ago. And she is a distributor of organic food throughout all of Florida. So I went, oh my God, I got to introduce you to the Victor and, Dr. Carrie Madej over at Abby's Health Food. And, it was a great connection. I will tell you, I made one mistake last week. I met someone at the car dealership when I was getting my car repaired, and we hit it off. She wanted the patches. I gave her one of, I think, X39 and an EN. And I didn't have with me the packets to hand out. I did give her my card, but I didn't put her into my app. Instead, I handed her my phone. I said, hey, put your name and address in there. She lives like a mile from me. Oh, I'll put your name and address in there and then call me. We'll do this. Well, she hasn't called me, and dang, I don't remember her name. And I've got over 4,500 names in my phone. I've been going by zip code, and I said, heck with it. If she doesn't call me, then I'm not interested. But I now will forever, and that's why I'm passing it on to you guys. Always use your app, because in your app, you see who you just met and put into the app. And I just gave her my phone. Put your name and address in. I'll call you. But she does have my card, and she does have that site that we all have. And, so she could find me if she chooses. Okay. Over and out.
And,
I know.
it could be the same thing. It's,
yeah.
She's going to go through a period of time where she's like, everything's going to fall apart in her life. then you run into her and she's like, oh, I wanted to talk, but I blah, 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 blah. And then she starts and then it blows up. So that'd be good. But yeah, that other woman sounds very interesting with the organic distribution. So
I can't. I love her. Well,
good.
The other thing, Michael, is she's best friends, her family, with Alex Tannis. So when we got off the plane, her parents came and hugged me. I was pulling stuff up for her on remote viewing, and I sent it to you guys, you and Tracy Joe, because Portland is where he was, where you are.
Oh, that's
and he taught. Yeah, Alex Tannis, remote viewer, psychic, blah, blah, blah. So that was a God thing. And so she's going to be in my life. And here's my blueberry wine that I'm going to have while I sit in relax. I had to.
I would
It's
say
a,
save me some, but that's going to be a little bit before I see
well,
you.
it's sparkling. Oh yeah, it's gonna be. We aren't going to dinner till
Maybe
8.
I don't know.
Meet me in the lobby.
Tracy's like, meet me in the lobby. All right. Thanks, Jim.
Yep.
We'll
Love
see
you
you
guys.
later.
Yeah.
Denise.
Hi, I was just wanted to make a comment on the, giving them out. I had to learn the hard way too, just like you, Michael, just handing them out and not getting a lot of response. And then I started shifting to do what Connie says and do the, one or three, and depending on their level of real interest. So now what I do is if somebody signs up, I will give them 3 if they ask, so that they have one for every day while they're waiting for theirs to come. But I don't just pass them out like candy anymore, because you're right. They can get their money back from corporate. We can't get our money back if they, take the money and run, so to speak. When you're handing them out. And I used to do it all the time. And you're right. It's like that adds up over time. And then, they don't have any skin in the game. So,
Yep.
Anyway, I just wanted to mention that. So I've switched my whole thing to yes, especially like if I'm testing somebody in the clinic and we show them how, how they work, then I'll give them one to wear for the rest of the day. But I won't give them any more than that unless they sign up. So
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. And I've given them to influencers too. Significant numbers of patches to influencers that I knew that were doing things that I had done in the past. So I knew how much money they're making. And I made a lot more money in LifeWave, but they just stick with that other thing. And it's the same thing. It's probably better not to go out of your way to help some of these people, but we got to present it to everybody. I try to get it in front of people as much as possible, especially my influencer friends. So I've done my due diligence, and who knows, maybe at some point they'll come in like we're talking about and get involved. So.
yeah. I hope the person that I made a lot of investment in actually does, even though they're dragging their feet for a year and pretty much said, "Nah, I'm not worried, not interested." And that I spent a lot of money pursuing that, and then I learned the hard way too that I wasn't pursuing other things because I was just convinced that was going to be my ticket. And
Right.
you know what? Everybody deserves the attention, even somebody who may never turn it into anything. So I had to learn those lessons the hard way. Boo.
We see the potential in people and or the need, and but some people are going to do what they're going to do. So you present it, you do your due diligence, you do your work, you do God's work, because I think this is God's work, and it's like the person that's in the house, and the sheriff comes, you better get out of here, it's going to flood. And they're like, no, God take care of me. And then the flood comes and they're up on the first story. And then the boat comes, no, God's going to take care of me. And then they're on the roof and the helicopter comes and they're like, oh, God's going to take care of me. And then they drown. It's like, they're before God. And it's like, what? Hey, why didn't you save me? Well, I sent 3 people. It's like, I'm that one of those people. So that's coming to give you God's work. And at some point, unfortunately, some of those people are going to go to God and they're like, I sent you Mike Jaco. What's wrong with you? It's like he's the most influential guy. Len can vouch for me. So I'm just doing God's work. And that's what I recommend all of you, whether maybe some of you don't believe in God, but there is definitely a force in the universe that does have influence on things. So if you keep positive, you keep your focus, and you allow good things to come through you, and you want to help people, you're a good soul, good-hearted person, you're going to get rewarded for that. And that's what I've noticed throughout my life. Dr. Kathy, we'll close off with you.
Now
Thanks.
remember that Connie always says this is a business of duplication. Whatever, good or bad, it's going to duplicate. So I've had situations where people have given someone a sleeve of patches. It took him 3 or 4 months because everyone wanted to give someone else a sleeve of patches, or they wanted a sleeve before they started trying it. So just the 1 to 3 is all you need, because good or bad, it's going to duplicate. You might come upon someone who says, I can't afford to go ahead and give someone a sleeve of patches, so then I'm not going to do anything like that. So they won't share. So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind that, it's whatever good or bad, it's going to duplicate.
Yeah. And that's a good point because Connie talks about how somebody gave her a sleeve and it sat on her table in her, I think, kitchen. And Barry was like, "What is that?" And she's, "Oh, that's stem cell patches, whatever." And he's like, "I'm gonna try that." So I guess he had a wound or something. And he tried it, and she's like, "It did what?" It's like he got some great experience from it. So then that's how she got involved. So you don't know, you do your due diligence, like we're talking about, but you're not just like making yourself broke giving patches away, guys. That's not the way to get success. Now I've given it to people who have sat on it for a period of time before they started as well, and then they got involved with it. It is, you're going to do what you're going to do with them, but I don't recommend giving a bunch of them away. Like I've told you guys, I've tried that; it doesn't work. The interest has to be there to begin with, and if it's not there, or the desire. For me, uh, when Jen first talked about it, I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. And because I got so much stuff, coming my way. She gave the patches to Tracy, and Tracy, of course, is like me. She touches something, she's even more powerful than I am because she's a Reiki gal. And so she touched it and it's like, oh, you need to try these. I'm like, really? It's like, and I put them on and like, oh, dang. So if it wasn't for Tracy, I wouldn't be in LifeWave. If it wasn't for Jen, I wouldn't be in LifeWave. And if it wasn't for the person that introduced it to Jen, all of us wouldn't be here. So again, you use your intuition, how you're going to use it. Sometimes it'll turn out great. Sometimes it'll be just a dead end, you think, and then it turns into be like incredible. So you never know. Diane, I said it was last. I said Dutch Cathy was last, but you're definitely the last. I got to get going.
All right. Connie always says that one of the reasons not to give them, 5 or more is because however many you give them, they expect their health issue to clear up within those days. And if it's going to take them, weeks longer or 8 days longer or whatever, they're going to, reject the patches because they are expecting it to heal up in, whatever time you gave them, however many patches. Was that fast enough?
That was amazing. Wow.
Thank
That's a
you.
good point. Yeah, thanks for making that. I'm glad. Yeah, you must be really good with LifeWave. So convincing people. So it is, and some people are like that. I'm like that. Uh, let's go. And I'm like military minds. Like, what? Oh, yeah, no. Okay, yeah, okay, I'll try that. Yeah. Okay. I'm like so fast. And so if you're slow with some people like me, you're not going to resonate. If you're too fast with someone that is like my wife, she's like her her wheels grind slow, but she grinds. I'm like still figuring stuff out. She told me 20 years ago. So um, it is that way with a lot of people,
Don't go
you
too
know.
fast.
Uh,
Miss things.
don't go too. What's that? Go ahead and say it, Tracy.
I said, but you can't go, because he was saying I go slow. Slow and steady wins the race. And I said, but sometimes if you go too fast, you're going so fast, like the speed of light, that you just go right past those keys you left right there on the, you just, you just go right past that person that could have been your top #1 seller. Because you're not going slow and steady with them. Anyway, but fast is good. You just have to know when to go fast and when to go slow, but you learn how to do it.
Yeah, by doing it.
Yeah. The patches help stabilize that out. Before you were going fast and slow and couldn't stop yourself when you want, the patches are such an amazing stabilizing tool for the emotional body. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I've definitely calmed down a lot.
I'm sorry, Tracy Joe talking about slow and steady. That makes me think about the shooting rule. Slow is accurate. Accurate is fast. There you go.
Oh, you're going fast.
And eventually,
Exactly.
eventually, if you do that enough, like me, I'm like split second fast and still accurate. So, but that takes time and it takes doing. You think I got that way right away? No, it was like millions of rounds of firing. So, all right, I was gone off on a tangent again. So, all right, guys, lots of love. If you guys want to unmute and say goodnight.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Weekend.
Good night, you
Hey,
guys.
everyone. Thank you very much.
Enjoy the good
Thank
food.
you.
Wonderful
Enjoy
meeting
your show
tonight.
tomorrow.